Very nice. Good morning everyone and welcome back to the Fishing with Matt channel and on to another video on the channel. Very nice. So today I'm fishing down Sandy Point. We're going to be with South Coast Angler. We've got here for the low tide at 9 AM in the morning. We've got some lovely bait, so we're going to get the rods out and hopefully get in some fishies. So hopefully, thanks to the new microphone I bought, you shouldn't be able to hear much wind, but believe me everybody, it is a very windy. Isn't it windy, Angler? So yeah, we're South Coast Angler. We're going to give it a go down here.
Oh no, I've lost my shaky angler.
It's very, very choppy out there. You won't be able to see it, but it's about 22 knots coming straight down the harbour. Dan's tent set up nicely. We're going to get ours set up as well, so
Good luck, mate.
good luck.
It was great fun.
Great fun. There you go. Right then, let's go set up. Let's see if we can catch some fish. So obviously it's not Christmas time yet, but my mum, she asked what I wanted, and I said I wanted a Shakespeare salt shelter. I can't pronounce it. Shakespeare salt shelter. And that came, and I said, Mum, can I use it, please, Mum? She said yes. So we're going to try to put that up for the first time now outside. We did it indoors, and that wasn't too bad. But when there's 22 knots about, it's not going to be best fun, is it? So yeah, I'll try to record that, and we'll see how it goes. But it's probably going to be an absolute nightmare. But there you go, very nice. Lovely job. So that took a bit of time. I had to go ask Dangler for some help because he's got one as well. He hasn't got the clear top where mine does. But it doesn't really make a difference, but I don't know why. That's there. Maybe you can get an early chance of looking at rain above you, but who cares about that? There you go. Got a lovely Shakespeare salt shelter there. I'm happy with that, so thanks, Mum. Appreciate that. Merry Christmas. Oh yeah, we had to get the tripod in there. My phone's fallen over like 3 or 4 times now, so I've probably smashed the lens in the wind. So I'm going to get it in here, turn it around, and happy days. So there's going to be 2 new products in the video, obviously the shelter, and we're going to get the rod set up as well, which is the brand new Penwrath 2 rod. So we're going to do a bit of a contrast between the 2 rods I've got the first edition and the second edition one. So let's get that unboxed and set up. Very nice. Hopefully that picked that up. I'm gutted. The rod just fell over out the stand in the wind. My new rod. Oh, I checked it all over. I checked all the eyes. We're fine. We got away with that one because it's rocky. There's a bit of sand as well. We got away with that one. Very close. All right, everyone. So I appreciate that you're here to see some fishies. We'll get over the bait quickly and then we'll get some fishy rods out. So we've got a lovely £1.25 ragworm from George there, freshly dug. Absolute legend. Big shout out to George. Might be more there actually, but what beautiful stuff, it's so fresh. We've got Joe mackerel, we've got big mackerel, we've got squid, we've got bluey, we've got sandy, we've got everything in there, we've got squid heads. And also last week, this is Monday, and this is last Sunday, I caught some whiting. I used the fillets to eat, and then I kept the heads in a backpack bag in the fridge. Just open it up, and my God, the smell is awful, but maybe that'll be a good thing. So yeah, they've got some rotten whiting heads here. We've got that hook like that, and we've got a flapper somewhere over here with some ragworm on it, so we're gonna get that out, and hopefully catch some fish, my friends. Right then everybody, so one of the beautiful things about having this wireless microphone is that we can do lovely shots like this on the channel. So obviously I'm walking down the beach now. I'll wave to the camera hello. So I'm about to cast out the whiting bait. And yeah, the lovely thing about this microphone is we can get a bit more content on the go and you guys can hear what's going on. So yes, this is the first cast with the new rod. Chucking out the whiting head, hopefully it goes all well. We don't snap off or snap the rod, we shall see. But yeah, it's a 250 gram weight limit for the rod. Okay, definitely cast different. There's a decent cast, yeah, definitely cast different, but 250 gram weight is what you can cast. We put a 7 ounce, I believe. So basically it's up to a 9 ounce weight. But that casts definitely a lot differently to the first generation one, so we'll have to try and get used to that. But yeah, I'm happy with it, it looks nice. And fingers crossed we can get into some fishies. We're going for the bass with this rod, and then the other one we're doing a bit of scratching for whatever. So fingers crossed we can get in some fish, ladies and gentlemen, and make this an entertaining video. So we've got the drag set on the lovely Penwrath 2 rod. As I said, it casts a little bit different, but that's not too much of a problem. We got both rods out. We got a 2-hook flapper with ragworm, and we've got that stinky old head on the big bait. So we're going for the bass. We're going for a bit of scratching as well. I haven't fished down here for a while, so I'm not sure what you can catch, but I definitely know there'll be bass around. I don't know if the bream is still in really. I imagine we'll be able to get a couple of whiting and dogfish, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, fingers crossed, we're going to sit tight and hopefully get in some fish, everybody. Right, everybody, I've just checked the flapper bait because we may have had a couple of rattles earlier, and obviously we have done. And what we've caught is a nice sized whiting. That is actually pretty big. That is, whew, that's a chunky boy. Look at that compared to my hand. So we're going to keep him, take him home for the table. That's first cast. Got a bit of a weird eye, so I think there is deep water out there. But there you go, first fish, first cast. A lovely big whiting. Thought it was a cod, but there you go. Lovely job. So I've just brought the bait in, the big one. We're going to change it up. So we've got another bait on here. And my God, did it still stink. If you've ever had a nice, you know, cheeky little curry and the next day I had some really smelly farts, that is what it's like, plus a bit of fish. It is awful. But yeah, we're going to get another fresh bait out. You can see the other one's just down there. So we're going to get this chucked out and hopefully get into a nice fishy. Right, we're just taking the bait out of the dangler to get him have a sniffy sniff. He best do, otherwise he's in trouble. Dangler! I implore you, have a sniff. What's the worst that could happen? Go have a sniff, mate. Yeah, is that nice, is it? Yum, yum. Right then, everyone, I've just brought in the flapper and our baits have been completely stripped. But I thought I'd take this chance to tell you guys about a great way to get some lovely fresh rag onto the hooks. Because if you know and have used fresh ragworm before, like literally dug the day before sort of thing, then you'll know how much of a nightmare it can sometimes be to get the ragworm on the hook. So what you want to do is when you're on a sandy beach, obviously you can't do this on a rocky beach, but if you're on a sandy beach, all you got to do is just rub that ragworm into the sand a bit, and there you go, you're sorted. So yeah, Dan's struggling over there, so we'll go tell him about it. He probably knows anyway, but he's not using his brain today. But yeah, this rod got stripped, so we're putting some more ragworm on. We put about 2 or 3 ragworm up the hook and send it out again, and hopefully get into some nice fishies. But there you go, that's a good way of getting your ragworm on the hook. So I'm sure that a lot of you are aware or know of Dangler's channel, the old South Coast Dangler, good lad he is. He likes fishing down here at Sandy Point quite often, and it's one of his most viewed videos, fishing down here. So basically down Sandy Point you want to be fishing on a neap tide, which is the low neap tide as well. You can only fish for a couple of hours after the low tide because the tide starts ripping down. Obviously we're in the channel between Hayling Island and West Wittering. So yeah, you need to be on a low tide arriving here, and it has to be a neap tide as well. Otherwise you won't be able to fish a long time at all. Yeah, you get about, I don't know, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours fishing down here. And it can be hit and miss, but you can sometimes catch some amazing fish down here. So yeah, we've had about 3 or 4 casts each. I've had a whiting, I don't think Dan's had anything yet. But fingers crossed, we've got obviously the ragworm and that lovely head out there. So fingers crossed, as I said, we can get into a fishy or 2. I want to get my bass, that's what I need to get this year. Or at least I've had a couple this year, but I'm trying to get some bigger ones. But later on we're going to be moving to another spot we fish quite often, and we'll be heading to the pub for lunch as well, so that's very nice. So the ragworm baits have been absolutely smashed every time I put them out there. So weirdly, I've put 2 squid on the flapper instead, so hopefully they'll stay on a little bit longer and maybe catch us that fish. And then on the other rod, I brought in the head again, and it had gone all the way up the line, so there's no chance of catching a fish on that. But now I've put a squid and I believe it's an anchovy wrap out there now. I think we've had a couple of bites on that. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to make up a big pulley pennel ragworm bait. I'm going to do a big old ragworm bomb, chuck that out there, and see if we can get into a bass. It's getting a bit rough out here, there's a bit of rain coming in now, and the tide's coming up, so I won't be able to fish this area soon. So yeah, I'm going to get a big ragworm bait, so got loads of ragworm, and try use some of the lovely stuff up. Right, we are then. So we've got a pulley pennel rig here with a 5/0 on the bottom and a 4/0 as the pennel hook. So we've got 4 or so ragworm on there. I've threaded 3 of them up the hook and then 1 on the bottom of the hook, and I've pushed them all down. We're going to get that last hook clipped in a minute, and we'll get that cast out. We'll get the other rod in first and check that bait, because we definitely did get a bite on it. So maybe we've had a dogfish. But yeah, Dan's had 2 dogfish so far, and back to back. I've only had that whiting, so it's not been the best, but you never know, a bass can swim by any part. It's back and biting, everyone, it's back and biting, look at it. Left hand rod. Here we go, come on. What's it gonna be? Just having a good old look at that bait. Here it goes again. I think this is going to be it. Come on. Here it goes. I'm going to lift the rod up and lift into it, I think. I don't want to miss this. Well, I'm going to lift into it and give it a go, everybody. Let's see what happens. I reckon we've got a fish on here. There's some good weight, but will it just be a bit of weed going past? We don't know. We shall see. But a good bit of weight on here, everybody. Nothing's fighting at the moment, so it could just be a foul-hooked dogfish, but we shall see. There's a nice bit of bend in the rod, as you can hopefully see. Targets down here, rays, cod, bass. Let's hope it's not a dogfish just messing around. Oh no, oh no. I see one fish, you've got a 2-hook flapper. Oh, I've got excited for no reason, haven't I? Alright everybody, we'll bring it up and you can have a look. Oh, dearie, dearie. Well then everybody, I thought we had something decent, but it's just a dogfish. They ball themselves up and come in like an absolute lump. Upset. Dan's had 2 of these. He's not too bad, to be fair. He's a bit of a big boy. But yeah, grave shame really. Definitely a dogfish, nothing like a bull huss. He didn't even hook himself, that's another thing. The hook had somehow managed to get in his gill. So yeah, these dogfish, they're very pesky. But yeah, we're going to get another ragworm bait or a squid bait more like out there, so give that a go and hopefully we can get in something before we get pushed away by the tide. So the plan originally was to get down here for 9 a.m, bang on low tide. We got here probably about 9:30 and had the rods in the water for about 10. It's currently 12:30 and the tide is starting to pull, so about 3.5 hours after high tide we get a bit of tide pull, so we're only probably about half an hour left before we have to pack up. So what's that, 9 till about 1, that's a good 4 hours of fishing, and that was on a 2.2 low tide to I think probably about a 4 high tide, so yeah, not too bad. I think we've had 3 dogfish and a whiting between us. Still got the baits out there, so it might be second to last baits out here. I've got the flapper obviously with these 2 squid and then the ragworm bomb, so we'll see. Right now everybody, so I brought both rods in. This is the last one. This was the big ragworm bait, and what would you expect? Anything other than a good old dogfish, eh? He's quite a chunky boy, but there you go. You've had 2 dogs and 1 whiting down Sandy Point. So yeah, we're going to be going to the pub and then we're going to fish off the beach later this evening and this afternoon. Yeah, not too bad. We had a couple of fish. We'll get him unhooked because he's a bit mean and he's not doing so well. But there you go. Lovely job.